If you're out there wondering why your healing journey doesn't look like how it's being portrayed on social media, then listen up because I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't be down or discouraged about it. In fact, it's actually most likely a good thing. This is because what you're seeing on social media, a lot of it is fake. It's BS. Real healing isn't meant to be performed for the masses. While there can be moments that are breakthroughs that make for good viewing, a lot of it doesn't. A lot of it can be very reflective and contemplative. It's not always just having emotional outbursts and you're healed on the spot. It's a lot more complicated than that. The problem is, a lot of times, real healing can take a while because there certainly can be multiple layers to it. It's not just a wham, bam, thank you, glad I've healed. Years or decades of my trauma, possibly even my ancestors' trauma, going back different generations. But we live in a society where people are looking for the quick and easy fix. When you do real healing, we're all different. We all have been through different situations. We're raised by different families and we're in various family situations. None of us have the same path. So it's very rare there'd be a one-size-fits-all for healing. Speaking for myself personally, I needed a comprehensive approach. I needed to do men's work to heal my masculinity and see healthy examples of what it was. I needed to do authentic relating, to work on my interpersonal skills, and also learn about conscious relationships, because I never had a good example of what one was growing up. I had to heal my energetic field and even detox physically, also heal mentally. There were so many layers to it. So if someone's trying to portray there's just one simple thing you can do and you're just healed on every single layer there is, and you'll have nothing but good luck going forward, that is ridiculous. There are very few chances that that is the case. Not to say it's impossible, but you might see these videos where someone just has an energetic release or emotional release, and then afterwards they say, I am healed. This really turned things around for my physical health or emotional well-being, whatever it is. The problem is, and yes, they legitimately could have had an amazing experience, but they're not being interviewed 2, 3, 5, or even 10 years down the road. They're so excited about what they experienced, which might be very different from what they're used to, and because it might be the first time they had a breakthrough. So they're just ecstatic and raving about what it did for them. But that could be just a spur of the moment feeling rather than catching them after things have settled down. Because while it's great to have a major breakthrough, and I know the feeling, it's amazing your first one. However, I personally have had multiple breakthroughs throughout my healing journey, and many other people have as well that I've seen with my clients and friends. So when I take all that into account, it does make me wish that people would get to see the full picture and not just an immediate moment after a great experience, because there's still life after that experience. I'm not saying it's impossible that you could just have one breakthrough and shoot straight up to a full enlightenment, but the chances of that happening are very rare. I personally haven't witnessed it in anyone. The farther I go down on this path, I'm realizing that life isn't just a straight line, and our healing journeys aren't necessarily a straight line. There's moments of progress. We might regress a bit. We'll hit obstacles and setbacks. But overall, we keep going forward more and more. We're always, well, not always. Like I said, sometimes stuff happens. But at the end of the day, if we're really doing it, we're further along than when we first started. And that's what matters, and why my focus has shifted. Rather than be this perfect ascended master, it's more important to just keep going, keep moving forward, keep growing. We're here to learn. We're here to be humans. That's why New Age spirituality and some of the healing techniques that go along with it, especially toxic positivity, really make me cringe. Well, they call it love and light. Problem is, life isn't all love and light. And the way I see it now, it's not supposed to be. There's so much more to that. This planet right now, there's a big polarity between good and evil. Does it always have to be that way? Well, that's a debate I could get into a different time. But the important thing is right now, there is certainly a polarity. While telling people how wonderful your life is or how perfect everything is going for you looks really good on social media and is very marketable, the problem is it's not the truth. There is definitely a nice side to spirituality, but even one manifestation coach who focused a lot on law of attraction stated, and he did it for a long time, I think around a decade, but he stopped because we're multidimensional beings. Yes, that could be one part of us, but there's so much more. We're not just here to be manifesting and manifesting and manifesting and not having any type of interactions, not growing in other areas of our life. No matter what our spiritual approach or perspective is, or what healing modalities we could offer, that's still not all we are. A lot of us still have families or friends or jobs, some way to earn a living, or goals and aspirations. So even that can limit us. We can't be defined by one or two aspects of our spiritual approach. The reason why the love and light crowd doesn't resonate with me is because I actually think they can do damage to people. Originally, I had a different approach. I even dipped my toe in the water in some of their practices. It was pretty early on. Nope, this isn't working for me. But I had a live and let live attitude. I felt this might not be for me, and it might be superficial spirituality, but it's very accessible. They can reach more people and interest more people than a lot of the practitioners and facilitators that will take you to a deeper level. Because that's not pretty. It's not for everyone, especially at first. That includes me. If I knew what healing entailed, and I mean what it really entails, I don't know if I would have signed up for this. I would have thought this is crazy. Who in their right mind would do it? Now I realize we don't really have a choice and there's nothing else to really do. But at the time, I could see it scaring off a lot of people. My mindset was the surface level spirituality could actually draw people in. And if someone was good there, great. They could stay there. And if that's what's right for them, cool. But if someone wants to go deeper, then after they're in, they're free to explore other options, which, for the most part, is how my path unfolded. The way I saw it, who's it going to hurt? Then, as the years went by, I would have clients come in that were distraught. They would tell me that either they stopped their healing journey for a while, and some, and not my clients, because they were done, they gave up their healing altogether. The ones that I talked to would say, my healing doesn't look like it's being portrayed. It's messy. It's certainly not sexy. It's getting dark. There's repetition. Things I thought I healed from are coming back up. And it was that moment I realized it can actually be harmful to portray healing as something that it's usually not. There's some people out there doing amazing work, doing the inner work, going deep, that might feel self-conscious because they see an image or video or testimonial where someone just did a 30 or 60-minute session and poof, everything's all better. It can make them question, what am I doing all this work for? Why am I going to therapy? Why am I self-reflecting? Why am I turning inwards and doing shadow work? Why am I trying to grow as a person? Why am I integrating when all I need to do is just dress really nicely, wear spiritual clothes, put on a big cheesy smile, and just say, love, love. Wouldn't that be nicer? In theory, yes. Problem is, over the years, I met a lot of these love and light people, and they're not like that in person. In real life, they go through the same stuff everyone else does and don't always handle situations the way they're portraying they do or recommend to other people on social media with their public persona. Real healing is often very hard. It can involve losing friends, losing family members, losing just about everyone before you go to your next stage of growth. there's often a lot of isolation involved, which can feel very lonely, especially at first, before you learn to value yourself more than others. Your current career path or relationship might fall apart. A lot of shame could come up. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. It keeps going. But you get the idea. Now, just picture that in a Facebook or Instagram ad. How many people are going to want to jump on that to bring that into their life? So now you see and hopefully understand why there is not always an accurate portrayal of what the real healing actually is. So if you're someone out there who wants to be authentic and isn't swayed by trends or what looks good to others, give yourself some credit. It's harder to do than most people realize. I also encourage you to keep doing what you're doing and continuing the work that so many people are avoiding and will do anything to avoid. I hope this message finds some other real ones out there and inspires you to stay the course. However, take what I say with a grain of salt. Just take what resonates and throw away what doesn't.